Shalom, shalom. Brakta Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Shalom to all the Israelites out there, all the Hebrews, brothers and sisters, Akims, Akwathims, and everybody puts in this truth. I'm just get right into this real quick. I want to touch on a little spiritual aspect. I mean, look, we all know what money is, especially in Babylon, America, if you will, right? Actually, the whole world. All the diasporas were scattered. This month, man, it's very wicked. You may have noticed people have changed their attitudes towards you within the last few days, right? During this wicked month of June, it's a month of murder, a month of deceit, a month of fornication, a month of wicked inventions. So don't be surprised if your co-workers start acting funny, people around, even your family start acting funny or acting different. It's going to reveal the spirit that's in them. Right? It's going to reveal it. It's going to bring it out. It does. And I ain't saying this, just because it's June. No. Biblically and historically, this is a very wicked month. Wicked. It's very wicked. Don't be surprised if things start happening in relationship, et cetera, because look, some people are elevating spiritually and some people are staying the same. You ever met or ran into people and they maxed out on all their potential after high school or right at high school? You see them 15, 20 years later, or even that, and you're like, bro, y'all still doing the same thing? Or a person hasn't elevated, right? That's what's going on right now, all right? Anyway, I'm going to play this, right? This has to do with the month of June, right? It's Ashtoreth, but also our Easter. You're going to notice why they have all them loud, bright colors and why they use the rainbow and how come it also on Easter. I've played this video before, but on Easter, that's why everybody wear them loud, pink, green, yada, yada Easter suits. It's a clown show. Think of the movie with Chris Tucker called The Fifth Element. That was about Babylon.
And parades happening all over. And when I looked at the ancient inscriptions of the parades, it describes them, and it says in the parades, the men would dress up as women in the parades, the women would dress as men. It would be a parade of gender bending, and that's exactly when you see this happening now, that's the sign of the goddess. It's even like more mind-boggling because I'm looking at this, and I look at the ancient observers, and they said, when did this thing happen? They said it happened, even St. Jerome, it happened in the month, they called it in Latin, Junium. June was the month of the goddess. She claimed a month, June, and she was the goddess of pride. So we have now a pride month. It's all come back. This is through these things, through these festivals, she possesses a culture, and that's the sign.
Right. So this is nothing new under the sun, right? Nothing new. And we're in Babylon the Great. Everywhere in the world, everything here is going to be all the abominations, right? All the abominations together in one cup, meaning it's all here is magnified like crazy. It's magnified, right? Think over there in Israel right now. That's the so-called alphabet central. What they call it? The what is Tel Aviv? The gay capital of the world. That's what they call it, right? But understand it's a bunch of spiritual wickedness going on, right? Remember the scriptures say in Ephesians, it says we deal with spiritual wickedness in high places. Remember Esau and them, they are master warlocks and wizards, right? So people like, y'all need the Israel. Y'all need us to bring this stuff out. Like even just dealing with bunnies and eggs and stuff, you putting this spirit upon you. You're right. You walking your children right up to Moloch, right? This is why witches and sorcerers and they burn their sage and do they chakras and they rocks and all that stuff. They always talk about Jupiter in June, right? This is nothing new under the sun, right? So this talk about Sodom. So remember they was doing this. He said it was transgending, bending, et cetera, et cetera. Matter of fact, let me get that. Matter of fact. No, that's not what I wanted. Slocky. That's what I wanted right there. Let me just get that. I was in that earlier. I was just going back through some notes and stuff that I had from earlier, right? I'll get right here, right to it, right? Isaiah chapter 3, right? For Jerusalem is ruined, right? So if the Most High was ever okay with it, why would it be ruined? But I'm going to keep going, right? And Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings or against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to provoke the eyes of his glory, right? The shew of their countenance do witness against them, right? That's another thing when we change the countenance of something, right? And this goes into, people ask why I bring this up a lot, because it's so much to cover. I could do lessons on it for 2 years just on one little topic. When we change the countenance of our face, that's why the Most High always talks about, and even in Sirach and Solomon and David too was talking about, yo, if you come into a woman or meet a woman and she's constantly changing the countenance of her face, leave her alone. It's wickedness, it's witchcraft. Makeup and all that stuff comes from back then, right? Back in Sodom, when the men would try to change their face to look like women. This is why when you see the women today, they throw on all the makeup and they say, well, I just want to enhance it. No, the women start wearing that because back then, just like even today, them men were doing their makeup so good that they was looking almost better than the women how it is today. Equal to or that the same way it is today. They could walk around and you wouldn't even know. You'd be like, hold on, wait a minute, that's a dude or a girl? It make you sick and look. So they was changing the countenance. This is just one example. This is also why Jezebel did it, right? This is why most black women, they are the number one supporters of this community. They are the number one supporters of this community. And then say it ain't no good men. Let me keep going. The shew of their countenance do witness against them. And they declare their sin as Sodom. A declare is a declaration. It's a law, right? Don't get that what Christians say, follow the laws of the land. Okay, well then this should be okay then, right? They declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Why? Because they prideful. This is what the Most High calling out, right? Woe, the word woe means destruction. Destruction unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, right? So when all this stuff really start to come out, right? These demons and all this that's on these people, that's gonna also be their destruction, right? Matter of fact, let me just get that in the New Testament real quick, right? If we go to Romans, it's right there, Romans chapter 1, right? There's also a proof in here, right, in the pudding that the law is still in effect today, because Yahushua was already dead, and the Most High said He's gonna judge them. Well, He has to judge you based off of what? The law. You go to court, right? You come into a judge, they sentence you based off of what? The law. Well, that carries 5 to 10 years. They have to go off of something. They gonna just say, give them 985 years. Well, nigga, based off what? All right. Romans 1, verse 26. For this cause, Yahweh gave them up to vile affections, right? For their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. So it's naturally against nature, period. Self-explanatory, right? And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman. The natural use of the woman, you're supposed to reproduce. Letting you know that, bruh, look, you y'all walking around here all hot and horny and stuff. Find you a woman. This is exactly why Paul even said that. He said, hey, man, to flee from fornication, he said, every man, he said, bro, because what was going on in Corinthia at the time, in Corinthians, if you will, it was wicked. It was just like Babylon, America, but it's worse here. And they was just pop, in and out. He said, bro, look, to flee from fornication, find you a woman, get you one, you just go in and out of her and stop playing, because the Most High finna knock heads off. Same thing, right? But the men, like today, it's so wicked that they left the natural use of a woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, letting you know the Most High ain't with it, which was me, right? I'm gonna just skip right down, right? Verse 29, being filled with, so if Yahweh Shah was down here talking today, he would get fired. He would get kicked out of establishments. Look at all the words and stuff he's calling it, right? He calling it vile, unnatural, right? Error, evil. If he was down here speaking these same words like the Israelites doing today, this is what was going on back then. Because in Rome and in Corinthia and in Galatia, right? And all the Roman territories, most of the Hebrew people, you ain't black, most of the Hebrew people were just like today. They was all in the Roman churches back then, like they are today. And they was worshiping Zeus, like they are today. They worshiping Jesus, which means hail Zeus. It's nothing new. So when Yahweh Shah, the disciples, all of us came, if you will, we giving it to them raw like now. And what do most people say? We don't want to hear that stuff. Don't tell me I can't eat shrimp and crab. I don't want to hear that. Everybody just love everyone. We good, we etc. etc. This is why they killed them. Hey man, get rid of them. The Hebrew, we down here talking about this is what Yahweh Shah. This is the same thing. We all regenerated. So if you catching on and you following the Most High now, you was doing it then. So this is what was going on. All right. So look at the words he was calling it. They being filled with all unrighteousness. He didn't say some. He didn't say, well, they only filled with just the sin of homosexuality and this. He said they filled with all unrighteousness. Fornication. That's all fornication. All wickedness. All covetousness. All maliciousness. They're full of envy. Right? Small example. This is why you have women who say they like women. Right? Then why they dressing up to look like a man to get a woman? That's a part of envy. Because you can't be able to dress up to look like one. That's a part of envying something, right? Murder. Remember I said it's going to be a bunch of wars and stuff. More that's going to intensify. Debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters. Man, Yahweh, the Lord would have been down here going off on them. They're haters of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah in verse 30. Despiteful, they're proud, right? We just covered that. Boasters, they're inventors of evil. All the hormone pills, all the ex-genders, etc. They're disobedient to their parents, right? This is when I like, they're without understanding. You shouldn't even ask them what seasoning you supposed to throw on the food on the stove, on the salmon. You ain't supposed to ask. They ain't got no understanding of nothing. This is according to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, right? They're covenant breakers, letting you know the law is still in effect. Without natural affection, right? Implacable and unmerciful. Verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. That's letting you know the law is still into effect. Why? Because the Most High told us already in Leviticus. And he told us in 18 as well, but I'm going to get right to the one in 20. Because he has to judge us based on the law, like I just quoted earlier. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, because you're supposed to lie with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. That's going to be their judgment. We got the grace right now, right? You charge your credit card, cool. You got grace to pay it. Okay, I got like 10, 15 days. I'm good. This is what we in right now. You got grace? Yeah, that's cool. But when that bill due, it's due, or it's going to hit your credit, if you will, right? So when Yahweh Shah come, Matthew chapter 25, man, that bill is due. You better have your house in order. You better be dressed, right? But don't slack. That's what he's getting at. All right. So the same thing that was going on back then, the same thing going on now, right? Is don't be surprised if your coworkers acting wicked, etc. Protect, guard your spirit, energy, however people want to voice it, right? I'm gonna run this back again so people can get some understanding.
She was a goddess of parades. She had parades happening all over. And when I looked at the ancient inscriptions of the parades, it describes them, and it says in the parades, the men would dress up as women in the parades, the women would dress as men. It would be a parade of gender bending, and that's exactly when you see this happening now, that's the sign of the goddess. It's even like more mind-boggling because I'm looking at this, and I look at the ancient observers, and they said, when did this thing happen? They said it happened, even St. Jerome, it happened in the month, they called it in Latin, Junium. June was the month of the goddess. She claimed a month, June, and she was the goddess of pride. So we have now a pride month. It's all come back. This is something through these things, through these festivals, she possesses a culture, and that's the sign.
This is why they're going to have these multiple different pride parties all around the country. The White House going to be lit up, et cetera, right? Now, because everybody know what's natural. Like I said, look, the natural use of a man and woman. That's cool. But there's also whatever you're going to call them, devils, demons, spirits that comes with this. And even if you co-sign, it comes with it. It comes with it. So with that, hopefully brothers and few sisters have been edified. Shalom.